Yo, welcome people. What is happening? Hey, Destiny's in the place to be with the hearts too. That's what's up. I'm in the place to be apparently. I've come to invite my followers. Let's see. There we go. Black Hal. How's everybody doing? See, that's gonna be a problem. I got sounds coming on my phone during the scope. It's gonna be annoying as a mug. That's better. So, I'm having a rough week. Seriously, roommate issues. My phone would have to be. That's a shame. Kiki. Hello, Alicia. We are Jane. I missed that one. The last one. Yo, what up? Alyssa, what up? Nice to see you again. What up? Welcome. Let's see. Hey, Miss Drysdale, what's happening? Excuse me. As the title states, this is a Q&A. Well, go ahead and invite your followers. Let cats know what's happening. So we can get discussions popping up in this piece. This is a Q&A, John. So obviously, the more people we are, the better. The more variety of questions we have, especially if there's new people. They ask old questions, but they get answered differently, and some people who haven't heard them before get to hear them, and stuff like that. So it's all good. You dolo tonight. Yep. Hey bro, how's bae? She's out shopping, or about to go grocery shopping. One of the two. She had she's out. She's doing some grocery shopping. She left me with the kids. I had to cook and sort laundry and ran out of time. You look like a Christian hip hop rapper. Hilarious. What's it called? So yeah, Jaguars. Oh, Jay Gibbons. Hilarious. Yeah, what's it called? Where's my picture? Hold up. I'm gonna find you something. I got something right for you. I'm gonna find it, and then I'm gonna show it to you. What's his, where's Instagram on this thing? There we go. I'm about to show you something. Let's see. I'm not making fun, but you do. No, it's all good. I got you. But yeah, so how's everybody doing? I know Unashamed D already kind of shared her situation, roommate issues. What's everybody else up to? Anybody having a bad week, a good week? Oh, this trying to straight down on me. Never mind. In what way is building intimacy with God similar to building intimacy with the spouse? That is a great question. Good week, that's what's up. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Okay, I see you. Alright, so I didn't forget your question. I'm gonna just intro real quick. My name is Daryl. My wife Trish is usually with me, but she's grocery shopping. So I am doing this dolo today. I am also folding laundry. That's why the hashtag having a cool week, way better than last week. That's what's up. Thus the hashtag laundry with the Levite. I am doing laundry. And I was serious. I don't joke about my hashtags. So yeah, don't be distracted. Cause this is how I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about, not multitasking, but synchronizing. Doing killing two birds with one stone. If y'all were over here sitting in the living room, I'd be folding laundry and we'd be having this conversation. So that's what's happening. You're sitting in my living room and I'm folding laundry while we're having this conversation. Question, what do you think about Pastor handing out condoms, preachers of Atlanta? Alright, so let me answer the first question first. If I don't answer it, remind me and we'll come back to it. Alright, so the first question was, in what ways is building intimacy with God like building intimacy in your relationship? What up, Ed? Welcome to the convo. So they run very parallel. So there's a lot of ways, probably a ton of ways. I'm sure there's more ways that you'll find out. Oh, you can't hear anything? It might be your phone. Can anybody else not hear? Or is it just her? Okay, you can hear. If you can, you can hear. Now you can. Okay, that's what's up. Good. Alright, everybody's still good. It's all good. No, it's all good. No problemo. So yeah. Alright, so what was I saying? Alright, so the ways that intimacy with God are similar to intimacy in marriage. Again, there's a bunch of ways. She's out grocery shopping. She had some business to take care of, and so I'm at home taking care of the other business. Laundry and putting the kids to bed and the sort. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest term that comes to mind when I think about intimacy in your marriage and intimacy with the Lord is a 2-word phrase called progressive revelation. Say it with me, folks. Progressive revelation. So what I mean by that is that the way that God reveals himself in the Bible is progressive. So in the Garden of Eden, we get a small glimpse of the gospel. We get the curse of the serpent. He's going to bruise your heel. You're going to bruise his head. The seed of the woman is going to, all that stuff, right? There you go. It's vague, kind of, in light of what we know the gospel to be now, but that is the gospel, and it's a way that God kind of revealed himself and what his plan was to his people at the time. And then, what we see throughout the Bible is this progressive revelation of this is another name of God. He's the God who sees. Oh, look, he's the God who provides. Oh, look, he's the God who does this, right? So there's this progressive revelation of who God is, right? Until the very end in Revelation, where we see that God has just completely made himself naked to us, so to speak. And he's given us the kind of eyes that can actually take it, because they can't now. You know what I'm saying? And, we get to gaze at him in the gospel and the glory of his son forever, right? Right? All right. So what does that have to do with marriage, right? The relationship that we have with one another, first of all, in the dating relationship, it should be a very guarded but progressive revelation, right? You get to know each other's names. You get to know what each other like. You get to know that, oh, okay, you into sports, or, oh, okay, you like to dance and stuff, or you into music, or, whatever, right? Until you finally get married, at that point, you've trusted each other, and then at that point, you say, I'm going to make myself completely naked to you. You get to know everything there is to know about me. No secrets, no clothes, no nothing, right? And that's the mirror, you know what I'm saying? God chooses to, pattern our marriage relationships after the relationship that he has with us. And he kind of lays out for us what it should look like. So, and it's kind of the same way with anybody. Of course, there's no nudity with other people, hopefully. But, it's the same idea is true. You progressively reveal yourself to those people that you care about. Does that make sense? So that's one way. I'm sure there's more, but that would take the whole scope. So, yep. So yeah, what was the other question? It was something about what was the other question? Ask it again because I forgot. I do intend to answer it, but I just forgot what it was. If the person is still here, or if anybody remembers it, that's great. When we look at Samson, he didn't do this. Nope. Pastor handing out condoms. Good. Yes. So, what do I think about a pastor handing out condoms? I don't know if I like it. To me personally, the only people that should have condoms is married folks. I know some people use condoms as birth control in the marriage bed. And that's the only real good use I see for it. And most of them don't need to get it for free. They've made the investment. It's part of their budget that they're going to do what they need to do to get their condoms because, they ain't ready for kids yet for whatever reason. So I don't really see a need to do that. So now again, at the same time, do I see a problem with the government doing it? Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? The government has a different role than a pastor does. For them, STDs are a public health situation, and so they should be doing something about it. If that means handing out free condoms or making them free through, 3-digit numbers, then that's totally fine. I don't see a problem with that. But I think for a pastor, it's kind of weird. It's just kind of like, it's just weird. I don't think it's the best way to promote, like, safe sex. I think it promotes a different kind of safe sex than what the Bible would say safe sex is. Safe sex in the Bible is saving yourself till marriage. What's he condoning? I don't even know the context for these, like, passing out condoms. Is cooking for your boyfriend giving them husband privileges? Gotcha. I guess I wanted to prevent fornicators from STD, pregnancy, whatever. Yeah, pastors passing out condoms to unmarried? Yeah, that's what it sounds like. They should be promoting abstinence. Absolutely. I don't know the context. I did get your question, D. I don't know the context completely, but I'm assuming if you're passing them out, then people who are not married are probably taking them too. So, and what are they doing with them? Probably things they shouldn't be doing. So, those are my assumptions, though. I don't know the whole story. So, that's not my official opinion on the situation. That's just what I'm giving from my first thoughts. But yeah. So yeah, cooking for your boyfriend, is that giving him husband privileges? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's husband privileges. I would say if you're doing it every day, then that might be husband privileges. I'd say if he don't eat unless you make it, I think those are husband privileges. I think if he's over at your house all the time and you're cooking him dinner all the time and, all that kind of stuff, that would be husband privileges. But if, if y'all have a date where you just want to cook him dinner that one time, check the Preachers of Atlanta trailer when you get a chance, but thanks, makes sense. That's what's up. Basically it came from passing out clean needles and condoms to prostitutes and evangelizing. in that context, I mean, I could kind of reason with that. I'm not so mad at that one. Would you cook for your friend? Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Cats cook for each other all the time, especially if you got roommates. And I think that's a good measuring rod. Would you do that for a friend of yours? Who would you do it for? You could do it for family, you do it for friends. Then of course you can do it for your boyfriend without it being weird. I think it becomes weird when it's more frequent or when it's done in a way that's special. I was told you shouldn't cook for boyfriend, period. Yeah, I don't know who told you that. I don't see that in the Bible. I do not see that in the Bible. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't see that in the Bible. I don't know where they got that from. My sneeze was hilarious. But yeah, cook for the dude. You know what I'm saying? But just don't do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? She said it like trying out yourself as their wife. Got you. Yeah. I mean, being a girlfriend is trying yourself out as their wife. So, there's your argument against that. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. LOL, cook for that man. Hilarious. I'm like, cause that's what being a boyfriend and girlfriend is. It's you're trying to figure out whether marriage is gonna make sense or not. The issue is not condoms; it's the motive or message behind them giving them out. That's why. Yeah, I see that. It is a strange method to evangelize. I mean, if you're giving them out to prostitutes and stuff like that who are gonna be doing it anyway, part of me is a little less concerned and a little less like, condemning, so to speak. So in general, I would say no. I don't mind because I can cook. I am a witness. So she can cook. Welcome back. I'm like answering two questions at once. The condom thing keeps coming back. Cook for the dude. And again, if the condoms are gonna be, handed out to people who are gonna have sex anyway, like a prostitute or, somebody who's out on the street, like I kinda understand that. Of course we don't want them using them. And so maybe it'll make more sense not to give them to them. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a questionable one. But I think at the end of the day, and again, I'm not looking at this in light of who's doing it or why they're doing it. I'm just looking at it in general. In general, like I don't want to get upset about the condom thing, but it's to prevent catching STD and contracting blood-related disease. Yeah, I feel you. I totally agree. I think that's the part of me that's like I'm halfway with you. You know what I'm saying? The other half of me is still kind of iffy. I don't know. But the other part of me, there's a larger part of me that's just excited that somebody's out on the street ministering to prostitutes. And I think a lot of times we can get caught up in the technicalities and the ways and the methods and stuff like that instead of just realizing, like, look, there's somebody out there talking to prostitutes, and when's the last time I was giving the gospel to a prostitute? I can't think of any. You know what I'm saying? So bearing that in mind, they evangelized at the same time. None of his disciples were so this. We are not Jesus. Where's your partner? She's doing grocery shopping because we need groceries. We are all flawed, so you have to meet people where they are. Amen. There's so much we can. Yep. So I'm with you. I feel like, we can't get upset about the way people are doing something that we're not doing. If we got a master's in ministering to prostitutes and we got, concerns about the way somebody else is doing it, then, go ahead and address those issues. Come alongside, offer them, advice, whatever. When he came to Christ, he didn't say, oh, heck no, You slept with 6 guys, but by Felicia, he met you where you were. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, he's not so concerned with, and again, Jesus even talked about, so I believe those who use those tools to evangelize. I have a feeling there's more. But yeah, even Jesus, he was like, his disciples came to him like, yo, there's these other people, they're casting demons out in your name, but we don't know who they are. That's our problem as believers. We are blind, that people need to be discipled. Their heart is in the right place. So what is your take on Kirk Franklin working with Kanye West gospel album Waves? I did not know he was working on that album specifically. That'll be interesting. I don't know how to feel about it until I hear it. So I'm going to save my opinion until then. But yeah, the disciples came to him like, yo, there's these other cats casting out demons in your name. We don't know who they are, though. And Jesus was like, look, like, if they're casting out demons in my name, then they're on the same team. Like, you don't have to know these dudes. Like, if they're not doing nothing wrong, then let them be. You know what I'm saying? So I think, hashtag same team. My take is that Kanye is going to have a better album than most CHH artists because he invested in his. At the end of the day, we all are deserving of God's wrath. It's sad if he does better than a CHH artist. Well, all right. So here's my take on that though. He's not a CHH artist. That's the first point. He can do a gospel album if he wants. But even if he does, that doesn't make him a CHH artist because CHH artists don't do gospel music. They get gospel nominations because they don't have a categorization for us. Kirk takes a picture and the world goes wild. Yep. Kirk Franklin gets, credited for Christian hip hop, but he doesn't do Christian hip hop. They don't have categories for us. You know what I'm saying? It was something I never heard, but totally not against the pastor ministering to prostitutes. Yeah. So that's first off, right? Secondly, Kanye West is not skilled in communicating God's truth to God's people, period. He will never be able to do that better than the people who actually know Jesus. What I'm saying is that he'll probably do better because he's simply investing. Do better in what regard? I guess that's the question. Do better sales-wise? Absolutely. He's Kanye West. And it's a video with Kirk Franklin and 2 Chainz in the studio. Got people going bananas. Yeah, I heard it. I saw the picture, I think. Sales listeners reach. Exactly. Of course he will. Because he's Kanye West. I'm like, but does that make him a better CHH artist? Absolutely not. Like I said, CHH artists have a specific mission and a specific goal and a specific role. So I think it comes down to what is better necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect him to do better than a CHH artist that other secular artists aren't already doing? Because I think the problem with CHHH or CHH, that's a lot of H's, is that it's different from regular hip hop, but it's also the same at the same time. So it gets compared in ways that are unhealthy. We want our artists to be original, but we also want a Christian version of Eminem, or we want a Christian version of Fetty Wap or Lil Wayne or whatever, right? So there's these there's these demands and desires that we want from the CHH artists. I don't think that's totally true. But, they're like in tension. So like, at least I do. Exactly. You're one person. So like, you want one thing, but there's somebody else who also wants what you don't want. So we get the one person who wants like, yo, man, when am I going to hear an album that sounds more like this Kanye album? You know what I'm saying? And then we got, and then Swoop comes out and people start comparing him to Kanye and cats got issues. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, there's this tension where like we're compared to the world, we don't want to be like the world, but we get, people want us to be like the world. And, and so, like, there's been this tension for the last decade and a half. As long as I've been in the industry, that's what, has been the issue. So, yeah. I forgot where I was going with that. But all that to say, because that happened with Kendrick Lamar's, not his most recent project, but the project before that. People were like, yeah, what, there was an article on Rapzilla about what, CHH artists can learn from Kendrick Lamar and stuff. And it was like, and Shy wrote an article, well, this is what Kendrick Lamar can learn from CHH artists. Because it was like, there's some good points in both articles, you know what I'm saying? But, I think there's a lot of the expectations for CHH change and fluctuate consistently. The issue used to be 5 years older. I missed all of that. Sorry. Yes, I'm a rapper. So yeah. But I think Kanye West's album will do great. I heard he's got he's got 9 Madlib beats on it, I heard. Stephen the Levite, welcome. I heard he's got 9 Madlib beats on it, so I'm excited. I actually want to buy the album. Hilarious. It's all good. Just because I like Madlib. I'm a Madlib fan. So I'm trying to peep the album. So yeah, I'm down with the album. The issue used to be CHH sounding 5 years older than before, but it's way better now. Yep. You could have said it when I asked though. Hilarious. Not laundry with the Levite, LOL. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Cause look, it's gotta get done. It's like, it's really killing me right now. Cause I was supposed to wash laundry today, but I still haven't folded last week's laundry. You see how bad it is? It's like too much clothes and I drive too much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to catch up. And if I waited until after, I know that's right, you at land mode? Yep. If I waited until like I was not busy to do it, then it would never happen. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like Ecclesiastes says, you know what I'm saying? The ears are never full of hearing and, the work's never done in some way or another. 7 months pregnant in the same laundry boat, LOL. Husby helps out though. That's what's up. Good job, hubby. I do all the laundry though. Trish helps out every once in a while. The laundry is mine. I hope my honesty isn't taken as being rude. Oh, of course not. Don't you hate that? I'm just straightforward. No, there's no problem at all. We like honesty here, cause we all about that honesty. Chill. So oh yeah. So again, any questions about dating, sex, marriage, nudity in the marriage, intimacy? How did you guys decide who does what in the house? Hey, T-Belt is in the place. So I believe that gifts determine who does what. Unless it's something that neither one of you wants to do. Anything I need to get. She at the grocery store. She asking me what we need to get from the grocery store. Sorry, I couldn't text. It's all good. Just give me some cereal. We got one thing of almond milk left. You know what I'm saying? So, you might want to get another one. Laundry is my gift because she can't carry all these joints down 4 flights of steps. And I'm particular. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I don't dry. You know what I'm saying? Black stuff doesn't get in the dryer. Okay, well, on the scope. Yep. Look, we keeps it trill. You know what I'm saying? Like we was just talking about with honesty and all that. You know what I mean? We keep it real. Laundry on the scope. This is laundry with the Levite. Those steps was murder. Yes, they were. She's witnessed the steps. And imagine carrying the laundry of 4 people down 4 flights of steps. And carrying them back up once they're done. And some of them are wet. She ain't doing it. I got it. So, anyways. What was I saying? Oh, wait. Do I need anything else? Bread? Yeah, bread. Imagine 7. I missed somebody's comments. Hey, T. I wouldn't want to do groceries for either, for that matter. Hilarious. Bells. Yep. Yeah, I used to do the grocery shopping, but I stopped having time to do it. But yeah, so I stick to laundry and errands. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Any other questions? We are talking about sex and marriage, and you was asking if we had any more questions about sex and marriage, nudity. Hilarious. So do you guys watch a favorite show together? What if a guy you're dating wants PDA? PDA? You tell him no. He should already know that the answer is no. All right, so look, this is what you do when you're dating somebody, right? You lay out from the gate. This is what we can do, and this is what we can't do. This is a struggle for me, so you stay away from it. These things are acceptable. You can hold my hand. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can give me side hugs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You might be able to kiss me on my forehead. And you say everything else is off limit. You know what I'm saying? Once we're engaged, maybe I'll give you a full frontal hug. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Public displays of affection. That's what PDA means. So, yeah. Public display of affection. Yep. But yeah, because, again, when tell them fella put a ring on it. By it, she means finger. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about Beyonce's it. She's talking about a different kind of it. Because she said if you liked it, you would have put a ring on it. You shouldn't be liking that it yet. You gonna like it after you put a ring on it, but she might not want it pierced. I don't know if you want a ring on it. So yeah. Yeah, so you come in from the gate with boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the goal when you're dating should not be like, let's just do boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. But I've heard men say that sexual compatibility is important for them. Well, this is the thing. They shouldn't know who they're sexually compatible with until after they marry them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So what if you respect the female but you're concerned? You'll find out when you're married. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Look, because this is what I believe, right? I believe that everybody in the world, some say that's too late. They're wrong. All right, and this is why, right? I didn't have sex with my wife until after we got married. And our sex is amazing, okay? You know why? Because we communicate. I know what she wants. She knows what I want. I work on my performance. She works on her performance. And everything is excellent. You know what I'm saying? No touchy-feely either. I mean, to me, that sounds like foreplay. And if you're not going to have sex, then what's the point of the foreplay? Glow Ray, what is the thing about respect? Say it one more time, because I missed I saw entertainer. I hear you. I'm just being real. No, I'm being real too. I'm with you. Yeah, what about Beyonce? You lost me. So yeah. Like, we didn't need a test run. You know what I'm saying? Like, Adam and Eve didn't have a test run before the first time. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, you're man. Look, this is your wife. I know you just met her, but she's your wife now. And it's going to be great. Trust me, I got this. You know what I'm saying? And God wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little like living together before you're married. Mostly think you should try it. Yeah, the statistics actually say that more people that live together before they're married end up not getting married. Because living together before marriage doesn't really work like that. It doesn't help the process at all. What helps the process is commitment. And commitment is not there if you're doing a test run. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of marriage is, I read the other day, but I believe it. The whole point is the commitment. The commitment locks you in and says, look, I am willing to be sanctified by this relationship. I know it's not going to be easy. I know I'm going to hate it. I know that sometimes I'm going to want to bail. But I've made a commitment, so I'm going to stay. And I'm going to learn how to work out the situation instead of run away from it. The question I always ask is, how do I know I will like it if I don't test it out first? You don't know, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. You don't know. You don't know for sure if you're going to like it. But what you need to trust is that if God is truly working in this dude, that he can be sanctified in that area as well, right? Because sanctification is for character and all that, right? Sanctification can help you do a better job at work. It can help you do a better job at being a nice person and help you be a better husband. And hopefully that also includes being a better husband in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? That's my own personal theory. I believe God stands by it. I believe I can pull that from an Eric Mason book. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I believe it's true. What about Christian men who have slept with a female, then pull all the blame on her once people find out? They're punks then. Period. Like, he's just as guilty. Look, what if his size is not what you're used to? Let me get back to that. So the woman caught in adultery, right? I hate this and I hear this all the time from women and it makes me mad. It makes me mad too. All right, so woman caught in adultery, right? I think the Pharisees bring this girl before Jesus and they're like, yo, this woman was caught in adultery. The Bible says we should stone her. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? He's like, he was without sin cast the first stone, right? The other issue is the fact that where is the dude? Where he at? She was caught in adultery, right? Where's the dude? We shouldn't be used to anything, honestly. Exactly. Yep. But we'll get to it. So where's the dude, right? Jesus is like, I'm not stupid. Where's the dude? You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to stone one of y'all is probably the dude. I don't know. Like where is he? You know what I'm saying? Jesus wasn't going to allow the woman to go down for something that some dude did by herself. You know what I'm saying? He forgives her and he lets her go free. You know what I'm saying? We should have the same position. How you gonna blame her and try to get off like you ain't do nothing wrong, when most likely you were the dude who pursued her to begin with? You should be responsible. You're a man, daggone it. Own up. If a dude won't own up, he's a punk, period. Period. I don't have, like, of course, you know what I'm saying, I need to be more like Jesus and say, okay, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, they need to be forgiven too and all that. But not until they own up. You got to ask for forgiveness, period. You know what I'm saying? They need to man up and own it. You sinned. You can't blame her because you were tempted. It's like blaming God himself. You can't blame God. God doesn't tempt people. You were tempted. You were tempted because you were drawn away by your own lust and you gave in and you did stupid stuff and you victimized this other female and made them feel like trash, and now she has to walk around the church with all this shame and stuff because of something you did to her. Don't do that. The devil tempts you. Yep, the devil does, and you do. You tempt your own self. It happens more often than we think. I know it does. I've seen it happen. And yeah, it happens. Dudes don't own up, and the women get shamed and leave the church or, you know, other crazy stuff, or just disappear, and we're like, what happened to her? And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Dudes should know better. So I was just reading this yesterday. One of my favorite stories in the Bible. We can do better by ourselves without the devil. LOL. Yes, we can. If you ever get a chance, I think it's Genesis 39, I want to say. The story about Dinah. Dinah. You know what I'm saying? One of the 12 tribes of Israel, they had a sister named Dinah. Yes. Vindication indeed. Of course, it was sinful, and I have to remind myself that because I really like the story. But if you get a chance, read it. Who knows the story? Give me a 1 if you know it, a 2 if you don't. I'm curious. A 1 if you know it, a 2 if you don't. The story of Dinah. 2. You must know every story. No, I just love the Old Testament. That's all. 2. Wow. Don't know the... Dang. Okay. Look. All right. I'm going to tell you this story real quick. All right. I'm going to make it fast, though. Dang. None of y'all know this story. All right. This is what happens, right? 12 tribes of Israel. They got a sister, right? There's a book about Dinah called The Red Tent. Really? I'm interested. Send me a link or something. So what happens is, Dinah goes out. She's like, you know what? I want to go see what the daughters of this town do up in Shechem, what they do. You know what I'm saying? So she goes out. While she's out, the prince likes her. He sees her. He takes her and he lays with her and he embarrasses her. That's what the Bible says, right? So he sleeps with her. It's fabricated though, Hollywooded. Oh, hilarious. Okay, it's probably whack, but I don't know. I'll check it out. So he sleeps with her, right? Finally, the father finds out. He keeps his peace. He's like, I'm not gonna say nothing yet. Eventually, the brothers find out, and they're like, "What? Like, what he did? What? Like, he slept with our sister?" And then they're like, "Okay." But this is the issue, though. It's not just like a wham bam thank you ma'am type of thing. He's like, yo, I want her as my wife. I really like her. You know what I'm saying? I love her, Like I want her as my wife. And so they're like deceitfully behind in their minds, they're like, they have this plan, right? So they tell them, you know what? We want to do that, but we can't bang with cats who ain't circumcised though. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, if you want to, we could take, if you want to, share daughters and stuff like that and share land and do business together and all that, we can do that. But all y'all got to get circumcised first because that's the way we roll. We Jewish, you know what I'm saying? We don't mess with people who ain't circumcised. That's what we got to do. And so they're like, yo, that's what's up. We could do that. Wait, what's circumcision? And, they go ahead and run off and they do the circumcision thing. And, everybody's all excited, like, oh, cool, we're going to be able to, mess with the Jewish daughters and stuff. And look at all the goats and cattle they got, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be able to do business. That's what's up. Like, let's do this thing, right? So on the third day, after the circumcision, while the men are still sore, Levi and Simeon, I believe, run through the camp and kill all the men. I can't front, but I like that part of the story. I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. So they killed all the men, and they couldn't do nothing. They were still sore because they just cut their foreskin off. You know what I'm saying? They hurt. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't gonna do a whole lot. And they just devised this plan where they was just gonna tell them to get circumcised and then run through and kill them all. And they took all the cattle and they took all the kids and all the women. And, and Israel felt crazy because, don't give me ideas, I have a little sister. Look, why do you think my son's name is Levi? Because he has a little sister too. So yeah, I like that story. But either way, that's part of the reason why Levi doesn't have an inheritance in Israel, because he did that crazy thing. God kind of removed, he kind of has to live off the land, and he doesn't actually own anything. He just owns a part of whatever the people give him. So, but yeah, great story. Not the type you expect in the Bible, but it was a dope one, and I love it. So, but their philosophy was Like, we're gonna let this dude treat our sister like a prostitute? Like, is that what we're just supposed to let him do that? Like, no, we're not putting up with that mess. So they ran through and murked them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, that's a bit too much. I think it's 39. I could be 31. I can't remember. And I can't turn on my tablet because it died. But yeah. I don't have my physical on me either. I think it's in my backpack. If anybody finds it, let me know. Share it with everybody. But it's a great story. When you get a chance, check it out. It's great. So yeah. Again, all that to say, we shouldn't be cool with dudes taking advantage of our sisters and then getting away with it like they're not guilty. New segment, story time with the Levite. Hey, I don't mind telling some Old T stories, you know what I'm saying? Old Testament got stories, man. Y'all sleep. Read your Old Testaments, people. All the good stories are in there. So, yep. All right, any other questions about sex, intimacy? I think I'm done yelling at the dudes for being punks. But yeah, dudes, man up. Look, if you sleep with somebody, own it. That's your sin. That's not her sin. Just because she was cute. You know what I'm saying? Own up. Well, you were supposed to go back to that other question. Oh! What if it's... D, you crazy for asking, too. What if the size isn't what you're used to? It's 34. Okay. Genesis 34. Go back, check the story out. It's bananas. Alright, so I didn't ask, but I'm interested in your answer. I'm sure you are. Alright, so I read an article once about a dude whose manhood was only about 2 inches long. And basically, the sum of the article is you can make it work. Yeah, so don't get like it's just the dude just needs to do what he needs to do to learn how to use what he's got. You know what I'm saying? But even what he had was working for him. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in the size necessarily. I mean, not that you should see it until you're married anyway. But everything is work wittable. I believe that God, I believe that first of all, that God pairs us up perfectly with the people we're supposed to be with. And on top of that, I believe that the communication, work withable. Yep. I believe that the communication and sanctification that comes with the marriage should be able to help you make things work in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to communicate with your spouse and say, look, I like it when you do this. I don't like it when you do that. Why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? Let's see if this works. Let's see if that works. You know what I'm saying? And y'all should do the work of making sure that things go well in the bedroom. It shouldn't be as simple as, yo, you know what I'm saying? He pulled it out and he put it in and then it was great and, I ain't got to say nothing. Like, no, it's not going to be that easy. Eventually that's going to get boring. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you have to put in the work of not just going to the bedroom and, being in a frenzy of lust and just doing stuff. At some point, you have to talk about things like, yo, you do this a lot and I actually don't like it. Is there a reason why you do that? Do you enjoy doing that? No, I thought you liked it. Okay, well then you can stop because I don't. You know what I'm saying? Let's try something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? That conversation should happen at some point. It shouldn't just be randomness. Like you're in a relationship. You talk about things. You get specific. That's not a turnoff. No, not in a marriage. It's not, because if you want to grow, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to talk about it. Like sex it's special, but it's not separate from everything else in the marriage. Like, at some point, you have to have a conversation about, look, I don't like the way you do the dishes. Sometimes they're dirty when you're done with them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I don't like the way you do the laundry. Sometimes, you know, you shrink my black stuff, and now my black stuff is faded. I think about my future of marriage. I don't whether to think it is a good thing. I don't know. Could you say that again? I feel like I didn't read it properly. So yeah, at some point you have to have conversations about stuff. Of course, it's not going to feel good the first time you have a conversation and your spouse is telling you that they don't like the way you do something. But you're going to have to learn how to take it from somebody, and it'd be, you know, faithful are the wounds of a friend, right? It's better to get it from your spouse than to get it from somebody else. She's out grocery shopping, bro. But she'll be back. I don't know when she'll be back. It might be after the scope, because she was just on here asking me what I want, and Queens is at least a good 20 minutes away. Is marriage the end of the world? Absolutely not. It's the beginning of life. Marriage, I don't remember what life was like before I got married. And I don't know if I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life started when I got married in a lot of ways. I don't know if my life started. I'm going to be an extra. But my freedom did. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I've experienced the kind of freedom that I've only experienced inside of marriage since marriage. You know, best decision ever. Freedom in the sense that I can be free. Like, I don't have to hide who I am from my wife. My life is so much better since marriage, and we're growing together, and it's awesome. Amen. Marriage is beautiful. Yes, it is. Specifically for me, I feel like after I got married, I was able to walk in a kind of freedom 8 years that I never experienced before. The first couple weeks I talked not weeks, maybe first few days, I talked in a country accent. Why? Because I could. I had no reason for it. I just did it because I was being silly, and I had the freedom to be silly because I was married. What were the hardest years? Probably the second and third year. Good thing I'm hearing because I didn't know whether to think of it in a good way. That's what's up, I think. Good that I'm hearing this because I didn't know whether to think of it in a good way. Think of what in a good way? I love that you're transparent. I wouldn't be transparent if I wasn't married. I'm just being honest. Like, that's not who I was before I got married. I felt like I had... Okay, good. That's what's up. I felt like I had to hide things from people. I agree with that. A lot of people say the first year is the hardest, though. Thanks, Treasure, for inviting me to this. Hey, that's what's up. You know, I felt like I didn't have to hide anything from people anymore. I felt like I could be totally who I was with my wife. I didn't have to front. I didn't have to hold back. I didn't have to, you know, try to put up a front and be like somebody else. I could just be myself. Because I was like, look, I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life. I can be myself. I can walk around naked for a day or two if I want. I can, you know, cook. You know, I can just do stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because this is my wife, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to hide anything from her, you know what I'm saying? She is my other half. She's going to be living with me until I die. Like, what's the point of hiding stuff, you know what I'm saying? If I want to act silly and talk in a country accent for 3 days, I can do that, you know what I'm saying? It still feels like when you guys first met. No, it doesn't. But it doesn't have to. I think those ideas are over-glorified in, you know, movies and romantic novels and stuff like that. Like, those kind of fantasies aren't necessary. Word, your right hand. Exactly. Like, who wants it to feel like the first time? The first time was clumsy and I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know what she liked yet and all that kind of stuff. Who wants the first time over again? We've gotten much better than the first time. You know what I'm saying? We've gotten much better than when we first met. You know what I'm saying? We've grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, has our marriage has gotten stronger? Yep, see? And that's what it does. It gets stronger. You learn how to relate to one another. You learn how to talk to one another. You learn how to perform better in the bedroom. You learn how to apologize quicker. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. You learn how to just do things better. So like you don't want to go backwards. Like who wants to go backwards when you can move forward? You know what I'm saying? So, and moving forward is difficult. You know what I'm saying? There's trials and stuff like that. But it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? You handle those things, you go through them together, and then you come out even stronger than you were before. And that's what makes the marriage so great. I'm setting up for a music video shoot tomorrow while on this scope. This is really good. That's what's up. How many times a week should a married couple have sex? Glad I can tune in tonight. I missed the other one. That's what's up. Most people say that a healthy marriage has sex at least 2 or 3 times a week. So that's kind of like the general consensus, but ultimately it's up to the married couple. As long as both people are satisfied and one of them doesn't feel like they're being, defrauded or, like they're missing out or they're going to run out and try to find it somewhere else, then you're doing good. If the dude is satisfied with once a week and she doesn't want to do it more than that, then all right, cool. Once a week is great for y'all then. You know what I'm saying? If y'all like to do it 5 times a week, you know what I'm saying, and you wouldn't have it any other way, then go for it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's ultimately up to the couple. Ultimately, if a guy wants sex before marriage, he doesn't respect you. I would say yes. And it's not even that he's intentionally disrespecting you. It's that he doesn't know how to respect you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a standard out there that many men don't even understand yet, and that's why they act the way they act. They think that it's okay to try to holler at a sister, get the yams, and then see if it works out. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to seeing if it works out, putting a ring on it, and then getting the yams. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think, again, dudes don't know. Like, they've been, what's the word I'm looking for? Indoctrinated. A marriage should be your piece of heaven on earth in this crazy world. And mine is, I would agree. I've heard men say that's a trap. I don't agree. What, the ring? If that's what you're talking about, I think they should wait. Yeah, they should wait. Look, this is the issue. Oh yeah, so, and redirector. Redirect. All right. Respect, got you. It's all good. Yeah, no, like, dudes have been indoctrinated by media. They've been trained to objectify sisters, to want the yams, to do like they do in the romance novels. After they have one great date, they hit it, and that's what makes everything great all over. Oh, so we're so in love because we made love last night and everything's beautiful now, and then drama comes and then it doesn't work out and then they break up. You know what I'm saying? So I've never seen sex before marriage help the relationship at all, ever. You know what I'm saying? What I've seen is that the dudes who are willing to take the L and show the woman that she's respectable beforehand by not laying a hand on her, actually prove that they have the love, the self-respect, the restraint, and the commitment that it takes to take care of a woman after they're married. I think that it's easy to just get yams and then move on. You know what I'm saying? And like, sex complicates things. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you have sex with somebody, everything's different. You know what I'm saying? Because, and this is why. Because we're called, like, sex is a way of establishing oneness with somebody, right? When you establish a physical level of oneness with somebody, soon after that, physical oneness tries to follow after, emotional oneness tries to follow after, if that's what the female actually wants. Females usually want emotional oneness. Dudes just want physical oneness. And so once they get the physical oneness, they're satisfied. And then they bug out when the woman starts wanting emotional oneness. And she's calling them and stuff like that. And she's like, yo, we're establishing oneness. So why don't you want oneness with me emotionally? And he's like, what are you talking about? I just wanted oneness physically. Like, we got that already. I feel loved now. And all the emotional stuff that follows, like, makes him feel like the process isn't working the way he wanted it to. If all he wanted is the yams, he ain't gonna stay around. True. So I believe that oneness should go in a specific order. I think oneness should first start off being spiritual. You're one with the Father, and because you're one with the Father, you're also one with this dude who is also one with the Father, because you're both one in Christ, right? That kind of oneness should come first. If you don't start there, you're going to mess up the whole system everywhere else. That's the foundation. That's where it starts, right? After that is established, then you move on to emotional oneness, right? You start sharing information about one another. You start learning his name. You know where he used to live. You know, things that he loves, things that he likes. Where he likes to go to the movies, what kind of movies he likes, what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff, right? You establish emotional oneness. You start to learn and grow one another, right? And then after you get married, after you prove that the emotional oneness is established, there's chemistry there, and that you've made the kind of commitment that regardless of how things go after that point, you're sticking around, then that person has proven that they're worthy of the yams. And then that's when you go ahead and get married, and then you give them the yams. You know what I'm saying? But anything before that, there's an escape route. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. He might just leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he put the engagement ring on it already. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like he's going to stay around. And so then you decide to give him the yams. There's still a way out. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the kind of the kind of oneness that you want to establish before somebody dips, because it messes your whole life up. Anybody who's given away the yams can testify. Even me, I don't have yams, but I've given away what I do have, and I can testify. It messes your life up. So yeah, like, establish the oneness in the right order. Spiritually first, emotionally next. Establish the commitment, then give away the yams. You know what I'm saying? Tans, I'm sure you meant yams. Yep. Yams up. I know I did say it a lot. I just caught myself. I just realized, I said yams like 20 times in the last 5 minutes. But yeah, establish the oneness, because the main thing is the commitment. You want to establish commitment. A dude that is willing to say, for better or for worse, till death do us part, in sickness and health, all that, like, that's the kind of person that deserves the yams, because he's not going anywhere. Otherwise, they're not worthy. Period. Like, you're establishing oneness. Like, oneness forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I could keep going. I need to stop. So, but yeah, is that clear? Is everybody kind of get that? Am I making sense? Any other questions? What time is it? Oh, it's 10:06. All right, I'm going to give y'all 4 more minutes. I meant to get off at 10 o'clock, but I'll give y'all 4 more minutes. Any other questions? I still got mad laundry. Did I stop or something? I still got mad stuff I folded, but it's a lot of laundry, yo. Some as my old lady get home. I'm using the word yams. As soon as your old lady gets home. That's hilarious. Look. Yep. Go for it. Yams. That's hilarious. Yeah, any other questions before I dip? Y'all got 3 minutes. Was that helpful? Was that, did it make sense? Specifically the person who asked me, unashamed, something else, I forgot. It wasn't you, the other unashamed one. Does that make sense to you? Does that help you to hold? Yes, good. Okay, good. Unashamed imaging. Okay. Yes, it was good. That's what's up. Yeah, because look. Sorry I was putting a backdrop up. Yo, yeah, do your thing. Because this is the thing, right? I'm a dude. I know how dudes think. I'm still a dude, even though I'm not a single dude anymore. I know how single dudes think. And now that I'm married, I look at single dudes and I'm like, I know exactly what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I've done that. I've thought that. You know what I'm saying? When are the married folks going to hook up the singles? Hook up with the singles? Is that what you mean? Or you mean try to find you a man? Is that what you're saying? Clarify, please. Poison and purpose. That's what's up. Welcome. So I've been there. I know how dudes think. Yeah, hook the singles together. Yep. Look, if we can do it, we gonna try. You know what I'm saying? We are, you know, if we know somebody, you know what I'm saying, and we can kind of facilitate some stuff, then we might try to make that happen. So you never know. Keep your eyes peeled. But either way, like I said, I've been a single dude. I know how they think, and now I have a wife and I have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I know what dudes need to do because I've done them. You know what I'm saying? I had to step out of my own selfishness and cowardliness and perversion. You know what I'm saying? And I had to step up to the plate and make commitments and do what I needed to do to prove that, you know, to prove to my wife that I loved her and not just, you know, and not just wanted her sexually. And so, like, keep your ears out for Sowing and Reaping Co., bro. Love you and the Lamport. Grace and peace, kid. That's what's up. Sowing and Reaping Co. I got it. So, you know, like, I named my daughter Brooklyn, JL, because I didn't want her falling short, or falling for any kind of substandard, you know, kind of like presentation from some of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? JL wasn't a punk. Brooklyn isn't a place for punks. And so I don't want her punking out or, you know, being naive or foolish. You know what I'm saying? You know, my prayer for my daughter is that, you know, she'll grow up. She'll know exactly what to expect from dudes because she's seen it from her father. And she won't accept anything short of that. You know, and anybody else who tries to come at her on some sideways stuff, she'll have hands for them. You know what I'm saying? She'll give them the work. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there's a lot of dudes out there who are, you know, just pervs. They've been watching porn too much. And I mean a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? Me included, I was one of them. Too much porn, too much objectification of women in music videos and stuff like that. And that's just the way we think, period. You know what I'm saying? We just want women who are going to shake their booties at us and tell us we can have it and, you know, cook breakfast for us in the morning and walk around in their drawers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we want, period. You know what I mean? And, you know, even Biggie was like, bees are like I'm brainless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to talk with you, really. I just want you to give me the yams. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way some dudes think. So, like, it's important to me that I help sisters to see that. And again, not to assume that all men are dogs, but to have a standard that tests dudes to see whether or not they're dogs or not, so that they don't get stuck in some relationship with some dude who's fronting the whole time, and then they end up upset and hurt over stuff because they fell short of their own standards and gave somebody something that they shouldn't have had. You know what I'm saying? And then they're stuck with the emotional baggage that comes with giving your yams away to somebody who didn't deserve it, and then trying to move on into the next relationship, and, you know, thinking that the dude's like the past dude, or you know, having guilt and stuff, or having a lack of freedom in the bedroom when you finally are married. You know, all those things come along with kind of moving outside of, you know, God's, you know, whatever. I need personality now. You mean from a dude? Is that what you're saying? Or are you a dude who needs personality from a female? I kind of missed that. But yeah, all that to say, I'm trying to help sisters get standards so that they don't get taken advantage of. You know, I have some sisters that, you know, I'm particularly concerned about. And you know, I'm trying to stay in the gap. And any godly dude should want the same. Any godly dude should want to stay in the gap for his sisters and make sure that whoever's with her is not taking advantage of her or, you know, just acting stupid. So, all right. I actually did way longer than just 3 minutes. I'm about to dip. It's been great, you guys. Come back next Monday. My wife will be back, by God's grace, and some dudes are just full of disrespect. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Can't even front. I totally agree. So again, keep your standards up, and they won't have time for you. Cause look, punkish dudes will run away from work. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Good night. I need to go. But punkish dudes will run away from work. If you make it too difficult, if you make it too much of a challenge, you know what I'm saying? They're going to run away from it. Like, wait, you mean I got to hold out until we married? Wait, I don't even know if I want to marry you yet. Like, you know what? Never mind. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, punk dudes will run away from work because they're lazy. They think work should be work, and they think relationships should be easy. But it's not like that. Relationships are work. You got to put in work, prove that you deserve the yams. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not just after the yams, and then you can have the yams. But until then, like, you need to put in work. Learn her love languages. Take her out, you know what I'm saying? Not just drive around the street looking for a dark alley for y'all to get it in at, or, you know what I'm saying, Netflix and chill and all that mess. Like, put in work, you know what I'm saying? Learn the person and love the person. Put in that daggone work. And come in with some daggone intentions, man. Y'all just come in without no plan. Like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just want to take your daughter out because, you know, she cute and all, you know. What's your plans? I mean, I don't know. We just, you know, we just friends. We just trying to figure out. Come on, son. You ain't trying to figure out nothing. You just trying to figure out how to get in the pants. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. What's your plans? You ain't got no plans. Keep it moving. If you ain't got no plans, you ain't got no reason to be here. Be out. I don't want to hear it. Find somebody else. Actually, get your life first. I never thought I'd say that live on a Periscope. Get your life. Get your life together. Figure out what your plans is. And find the sister you plan on marrying. And then you can talk to, you know, so-and-so. Otherwise, you need to dip. She ain't got time for you. She's got goals. She can't just be led by somebody who ain't going nowhere. And that's another thing too. Being led or being submitting to a dude should not be you being led into captivity by some fool who doesn't know where he's going. If, like, the fact that you're submitting to a dude should hold your leader, your man, like, that reality should change the way that you look at his responsibilities in the relationship and change the standard that you hold him to. Because you're going to let this dude lead you for the rest of your life, right? Therefore, he should have some things established. He should have some goals. He should look like he's going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He should know Jesus. He should love Jesus, and he should love the Bible, and he should be, you know, exemplary. Because he's going to be leading you for your whole life. It should change the way you look at him. If he's not willing to step up to the plate and lead like that, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't willing to Captain Kirk that mug, then you need to let him go. Period. If he ain't willing to, you know, like I said, Captain Kirk that joint. Like, take over, take the lead, like, call shots, you know what I'm saying? Even if he gets beat up, like Captain Kirk got beat up a lot in that first movie. Every time there was a fight scene, he was getting that work, and then somebody had to jump in and save him. You know what I'm saying? But he was willing to jump out because he knew what he had to do. He was a leader. So if he ain't willing to Captain Kirk that joint, leave him alone. All right, I'm talking too much. I love y'all. It's been great. Peace out. Make them dudes step their game up. Peace out.